You know, why am I recording this? I've asked myself this question quite a lot of times. I never had a concise answer. All I know is that I know nothing, and this phrase actually reflects my psyche perfectly. We live in a world where we pretend to know to understand, but in reality, what do we know? Ask an average American how the Electoral College works, and chances are you will not get a sufficient answer. Let me say that again. You will not get a sufficient answer to a question regarding the inner workings of the political system that they vote in. But, I don't know if this recording or blog will make any semblance of sense. So, as I'm sitting down recording this, I look at the wall in front of my bedroom, and why do we do what do we do? Why? This question, why, has crossed my mind innumerable times. Who am I? Why am I? And smarter and better men have tried to answer this question before me, from ancient skeptics to Descartes, cogito ergo sum. We've never reached a conclusion. But what am I saying, man? That's not why I'm recording this. Or maybe it is. I simply wish to put my thoughts in voice, in writing as well, in hopes that I will not disappear into the foreverness of the universe. After all, I am a coward, I'm scared of death. But at the same time, I'm scared of living, staying in perpetual existentness. And, I should say something about myself. I was born 1999, I'm 22 years old, and, it sounds depressing, but my whole life I remember feeling numb, for lack of a better word. Never too happy, or too sad, or too angry. I just was, existing. So feeble, existence, yet we're so here. I mean, why? How are we here? I grew up, became an adult, quote unquote, and you may ask, why the quotation marks? So, an adult, someone who has all political rights within a country or society. And I grew up, became 18 years old, and I joined the Merchant Navy. That was my first taste of the world. Canada, Korea, China. Um, been in Nicaragua, been in Singapore. I've been in a lot of places, man. Not gonna lie. Thinking back, I'm probably top 10% places visited of all humanity. And when I landed in Canada, from when I onboarded the airplane, anyways, that was the first time I realized I don't feel Greek. I should mention that I'm Greek. Yeah, I'd never felt, since that moment, I consider myself just a world citizen, as cringy and tacky as that sounds. But, to kind of elaborate on that, I just don't identify as any nationality. And by the time 6 months had passed, I had already visited most of the continents on this planet Earth, from America to Asia. The only place I haven't been yet is Antarctica, you know. Been in Singapore, South Korea, China, Australia. Met a plethora of people from all sorts of walks of life. People that, even though may not remember me, I hold dearly in my memory. I still remember, from Herman, the sweetest friend I met in Nicaragua, to Roy, the Israelite, I guess. He's from Israel. All sorts of people. A lot of Germans, though, man. What is with Germans and world traveling? I'll never understand. But I'm getting sidetracked, and that's the problem with this brain of mine. It will think of something, work it around in its own white room, devoid of anything else. And when it reaches a sufficient conclusion, whether that conclusion is useful or not, it will jump to the next thing that it likes, the best thing available. And this brain is why I'm having all these thoughts, I suppose. Or just lying on the floor and thought, hey, why not? Why the hell not? I asked myself. And I never got an answer to that why not. I just started recording. And, even though I'm recording this, I still get different questions and I fumble my words, which I think I will edit, but maybe I will not. It makes it more natural, I suppose. Sometimes, I think, am I smart? Am I a good person? Am I above average? Am I below average? I never know. I never considered myself smart, and I don't want to. But, I've been told I'm bright, but isn't that just another word for smart? And I don't like it. Maybe I am. Maybe I am smart, but I don't want to be. I mean, the signs are there. Understanding concepts faster and not feeling a sense of belonging. Perhaps I am bright, yes, but I don't want to admit it. If I do, I will have to hold myself accountable for my actions. Accountable for not trying enough even though I was given a bright mind. Accountable for having low conscientiousness. That word, by the way, I learned from Dr. What's his name? Robinson? Peter Robinson, I think. No. Dr. Oh yeah, Jordan Peterson. That's his name. Jordan Bernd Peterson. That's from whom I learned this word, conscientiousness. And if I remember correctly, that word means, let me see if I remember, the quality of wishing to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly. The quality of wishing to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly. I see what it means. Maybe I'm bright. Perhaps. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe look at me and say, hey, that sounds awfully like ADHD. And to them I will say this. Maybe, perhaps, possibly. Honestly, I've never been diagnosed with anything but a bad case of sensitive teeth, and I'm no doctor, nor do I claim to be. I study computer science, man. I'm just a nerd. Just a computer nerd, But I do believe that we need to find outlets to our energy. Modern society does not give us that freedom, excluding the whole COVID situation. I think lockdowns are the correct course of action, but I don't want to discuss COVID in this video, maybe some other video. And humans, men and women, children, have this energy that we need to expend somehow. And we don't want to let that energy go to waste. If we do, it means we're not living, If you feel the slightest motivation to do anything, then do it. Don't second guess yourself. If, on the other hand, you have no motivation, then just think. Lie on the floor. No blankets, no pillows. Just rest your head on the floor and think. Think long and hard, man. Think until your body aches. Hopefully, I will not guarantee you will reach a conclusion, but hopefully you will reach one, as I did. What will that conclusion be? I cannot answer. That depends on the person. And another question I have in my brain is, why am I recording this in English? Shouldn't I be recording this in Greek? Honestly, I feel closer to the English language than I do to the Greek one. I feel like I'm able to express my thoughts better in this foreign language. This amalgamation of German languages, Latin, Greek, a lot of words in banking and medicine are Greek loan words or Latin words. It is truly an amazing language, and one that I once wished to teach other people, but I'm not able to since I'm not a native speaker, unfortunately, and that's the reality of life. You are able to do or unable to do different things depending on which piece of earth you were born at. If you were born at Alsace-Lorraine, you probably learn French, live French, and die French. And a few kilometers across the border in the region of Rhineland in Germany, you will learn, live, and die German, and that is truly the reality of our life. And the video is like 7 minutes long at this point, and already feels long drawn, although it's not. It feels wrong, but I want to express my thoughts as much as possible. Hence, I'll probably make this into a series of discussing topics. Music, language, society, or even itself. I don't know how many videos I will make, or if I'll make any more of them, but I just want to convey what I want to convey.